Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to create a humorous birthday card using my Big Shot and some framelits that will make this card a very quick and easy one to create. I'm going to start with my card base. It's very vanilla. I've cut it 11 by 4 1/4. I scored it at the 5 1/2 mark, and my card is going to be a landscape layout. And to that, I'm going to have a layer of very vanilla that's cut 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. I'll have the measurements for all of the cardstock over on my blog after the video's over. So to this layer, I'm going to add some decorative elements. And to that, I'm going to use my Big Shot. I have the From My Heart stamp set. It's a 2-pack set, and I'm using one of the two. And I'm going to use this stamp here that says, they say this too shall pass. They just never say when. I find that very amusing. So I've got that phrase mounted on clear block C, and I'm going to use my Memento ink. It's the Tuxedo Black. When you have a stamp that's got lots of intricate detail on it, turn your clear block so that you can see where the ink is being applied. And that way you won't have any sort of bare naked spots that you try and have to fix up afterwards. I've got a piece of scrap, very vanilla cardstock. I'm going to stamp this down. And then I'm going to use my Big Shot to die cut it out using my Labels Collection framelits. I haven't used these for a while, but the Labels collection fits perfectly around this phrase. So I have two different sizes. The smaller of the two goes perfectly around the phrase. So I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. When you use your framelits, it's great to use the magnetic platform. I've got my bottom standard cutting pad. I've got my scrap cardstock with the framelit on top. I'm going to gently lay my top standard cutting pad down, squeeze it together to hold it into place just while it slides through. And then once it catches, you can move your hand away. And I've got my phrase ready to go. The next thing I'm going to do, I know that I want to use the Lost Lagoon color on my card front. I haven't used this color for a while, and I'm trying to use up all of my cardstock. So I'm going to take the next largest size of framelit, and I'm going to die cut out just a blank layer using my Big Shot, exactly the same sandwich combination, and run it through. And I'm done with my Big Shot. So let me bring my card front layer in, and I will get ready to put everything together. In the same From My Heart stamp set, there's a happy birthday phrase. So I have my Lost Lagoon marker, and I'm going to ink up the phrase on clear block G using the Lost Lagoon color, so everything is coordinated. And whenever I know I'm going to put a phrase on a layer, I always ink it up and stamp it down first, just in case it's crooked or it smears. This case I'm lucky it didn't. But if you've already attached it to your card front, then you have to peel it up, and sometimes it gets ripped or wrinkled and it doesn't look so hot. That looks fine to me. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my snail adhesive, and I'm going to adhere my Lost Lagoon layer on. And I'm going to just tuck it over here, like so. Now, before I put the layer on top of it, I'm going to bring in a layer of Lost Lagoon ribbon. It's the satin stitched ribbon, I think. Again, all the details will be over on my blog. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it across, turn it over, and when I attach ribbon to cards, I like to use sticky strip. It's just personal preference. Snail adhesive would be good, but since a lot of my cards tend to travel, they travel in the mail, I like to secure them down so that when they get to the recipient, sometimes the layers peel up if you don't put enough adhesive on it. So I'm going to try and cut. There we go. So I'm going to put a layer of sticky strip on that side and another piece on this side. Peel off the red tail. And then I'm going to lay my ribbon across and wrap it around and secure it to the sticky strip on the back. Like so. Hopefully you can see that. So I've got my sticky strip vertically, and then I've adhered my ribbon on. I'm not quite done yet. I'm going to bring in my silicone pad because nothing sticks to that. And then I have a leftover strip of basic black. It's the 1/8 inch ribbon. And so I'm going to wrap a piece around the card as well. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to use some snail adhesive on my ribbon, and I'm going to wrap the 1/8 inch ribbon around so that it's sitting on top. I've got too much ribbon. Hang on a second. Like so, and this one has peeled up, so let me just fix it here. There we go. Things always work better when you're not videoing them. There we go. All right, so I've got my layer like that. Now I'm going to turn the whole thing over, put snail adhesive on it. Hold that ribbon down. Let's put this in there. There we go. I'm going to bring in my card front, and I'm going to adhere this down like so. Okay, so we've got that ready to go. And now I'm going to bring in my phrase that I stamped and die cut out. And I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals, one on the bottom and one on the top because they straddle the ribbon. And you don't need a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals. They hold really well. There we go. And my card is almost done. I think what I'll do is I'll bring in my basic pearls, and I guess I'll use my, oh, here we go. I always use my paper piercing tool to pick up my basic pearls, and I'm going to put, I think, a medium-sized pearl at the top and a medium-sized pearl at the bottom. And that just adds a nice decorative touch to the front of my card. And there we go, a very quick and easy card to create using my Big Shot and my Labels Collection framelits. One other thing. For those of you who have joined my Blendabilities VIP club, I have set up a private Pinterest board for our club, and there's a very similar card layout on that board showing you a card that we're going to create using our Blendabilities as part of our club. For a complete listing of the supplies that I use to make this card and the measurements for the cardstock layers, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you're a newsletter subscriber so that you get lots of other free ideas emailed to you each month. You can check out lots of other sample ideas on my blog, or you can click the Shop Now button on my blog to place an order for the products I use to make this card. And if you want some information about the Blendabilities VIP Club, that's also on a blog post. I'm Terry. I'm nuts about stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.